Yes, yes. Shalom, Chabarim, Shalom. This is Yadam. Yes, this is Rastafari Prince right here. Yes, yes, yes. Good evening, good night, good morning, good dawning, good afternoons, good day. Yes, 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 yes. So is Jesus King? Is Jesus King? Some say Jesus is King of Kings. Well, what does the Bible really say, And who are the true witnesses, Ones who say, Christian, and they're a Christian, follower of Christ, called to bear witness and called to be a witness. A witness. That's what the term martyrios, often martyr, in the original coin of Greek, martyrios, like a witness. Semaitata in the gut is, but to be a witness, to testify, to be a witness. I've called you to be witnesses. So if one is a witness, and the scripture speaks about in the 10 words, the Esereta Debarim, that's called the 10 Commandments, it says not to be a false witness, not to be a false witness. And we're called to be witnesses. Need we go into the scriptures right there to point out where it says from the Brit Hayashana, from the Hebrew Bible, what's called the Old Testament, to the Brit Chadasha, to the New Covenant, the renewed covenant called the New Testament, where we're called, where the Beit Yisrael, the Beit Israel, Beit Israelites were called to be what? To be witnesses. The Bnei Yisrael, the sons of Israel, to be his witnesses. And in the Brit Chadasha, the coming of Adonenu, Yeshua, HaNotzri, Jesus Christ, called Jesus Christ, we're called to be witnesses. Now, many say that Jesus is king. You hear them? They say, Jesus is king, is king. Some cult-like behavior, because have they really read, or are they just repeating what another person said? It's like if I'm called to be a witness, I'm going to have seen something or experienced something or witnessed something. Now, if somebody else says something and I say, well, yes, this is someone, they are wrong, they're mistaken, they were misled or deceived, or just liars, that means I'm a false witness too, right? And this is where many Christians, let's have so many Christians right here, because the called, chosen, and faithful, this message hopefully will reach you. So is Jesus, right? Is Jesus king? Or is he King of Kings? Is Jesus King of Kings? Now, many would say he is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I was to Christian Prince, and very interesting. He got the real dope on the Mohammedans, the real dope. He had some misconception about, white and black, but, be that as it may. That's a whole different point there. He's on his mission, he's on his call, and I love it, and, support that right there. But this is to ones that say that Jesus is king. When I heard him say that, I said, wow. He said, saying Jesus is king is actually an insult. Is saying that Jesus, speaking of Yeshua, is king, isn't that an insult? Do you think when you say Jesus is king, it's an insult? And, okay, secondarily, you might not think it's an insult. Okay, I get that right there. But is it faithful witness and is a faithful testimony? Is it faithful to what you should be witnessing? In other words, are you a truthful witness? Are you a lying witness? Are you a lying witness? Huh? Are you bearing true witness? Or are you a lying witness? Yeah. So yeah, bearing truthful witness. Now people say, well, they say it doesn't matter what color he is. It don't matter. Well, if it don't matter, then you need to start taking out those books and need to stop redoing it. You start to look on the internet now, and the whitewash is coming back strong. The Caesar Borgia, the Kaiser Borgia is coming back strong. and who was it? That was the hand of the crucifixion, the Romans, the Roman Catholic thing. And it's not even against, it's not against the truth. But the truth of the matter is Jesus king, right? And if you say Jesus is king, is this what the Bible says. Is this faithful witness, or are you just saying it because somebody else you're saying it and you believe that they're correct? And and with the truth, what does the Bible say? Right? Is Jesus king, or is that what the Romans used? Right? Was that you could say the excuse, used, or the pretext used to crucify him? Not even the Romans, the Romans had, the Romans didn't like kings at all. That wasn't part of the Roman system right there. You really have to learn history. So interesting, because then you begin to recognize the truth of the scriptures, the truth of the Bible, right? And for the ones lost now found, Beit Yisrael, Beit Israel, the truth of who you really truly be. If you really truly be Beit Yisrael. But is Jesus king? Interesting iconography. This upsets some folks. They're like, oh, why is black? Oh, these people trying to make it black. They're white. Hi, Christian Prince. They're white. We got something for you, but keep up on exposing, bringing out the real dope, on Mohammedanism and the Quran and all of that right there. Because, did you know that the Mohammedans lied to the Ethiopians? No, they say, well, the first place the Hijra was to Ethiopia. They even say that the Negus, Arma, right? They call him the Najashi. They even say that Negus, the Ethiopian king, and the Muslims, they be saying Najashi, right? They say that he even became a Muslim. That's what they actually say, yeah. But Christian Prince got the dope on them right there, Definitely agree with, that half of the story, because we already got to find out some things for ourselves. But that's a whole different story right there. So here's the dynamic right here. The Caesar Borgia. This is how a lot of people really believe that. And then they'll say to us, listen, stop that. Color don't matter. I don't care if Jesus is black, if he's Asian, if he's purple, if he's yellow, if he's, they just be talking like some donkeys. The talking donkey. We're talking like some donkeys, right? Well, the donkey was actually the good one in the scene. It was actually Balaam that was the bad one. And these preachers and pastors, it's like the Balaam, the bad ones. But let's get to the point right here. Okay, yeah, we was looking at what's out there, iconography, because if it really doesn't matter what color Jesus was, right? And if you believe that he was the way you believe it, then with those who, see it otherwise. But, truthfully, we can't really say exactly. And if we say he's black, right? Was he brown skin? Was he reddish brown skin? Was he blue black? Was he light skin? We really can't say that. But one thing we know that we know that he wasn't white. This is the truth of the matter. Regardless of what you see with going on in the post World War I pseudo creation, this new neighborhood gentrification. That's what's going on in the so-called Middle East. A bunch of gentrification. So when they tell you that, well, the Arabs are white and the Jews are white, okay, yeah. It's like Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? Some of you know what I'm talking about, gentrification. Just put the two together. But once again, I just want to give people time to do their own research. You're going to ask the question again. The saints of Africa. When we talk about Christianity and the saints of Africa, the half of the story that hasn't been told. You look in Africa today,